Hey guys, thank you so much for making it up to this far. Let's continue. Now, what I want to introduce you into its visual patterns. Okay, what do I mean by that? When you look at the UI, okay, the design of a UI, it's very important not to look at it like from the finer detail. Okay, you might miss the totality of it. Okay, so it's very important sometime to stand away or move out, okay, a bit from the design and some sort of be at a distance and look at the totality of the design. Okay, why are you doing that? Simply because you want to establish some visual patterns so that you can develop your UI from. So let's look at the sections, because now we want to continue and continue down, okay, creating these sections. So based on what I see here, I'm starting to see that, let me delete this, I don't need it. So this is a section, okay? And I'm assuming this section, it's like a full view height of the screen, okay? This is a section. If not, we are going to make it to be like that, okay? And then what I'm starting to notice in this section, there is a section header, okay? In some others there are descriptions, but in some others they are not. So instead of recreating this session every time, we are going to create a component, okay, that will some sort of accept these props, okay, accept the title, and it accept the description, and it will be some sort of styled in a certain way so that we can push inside it whatever. It's like I'm trying to say, let's create a reusable container that we are going to call it maybe page section, so that we can use it across the entire application. Why are we going to do that? So that when we want to make a change in the sections, we don't have to go through all the pages and make some changes. We just have to go to that one reusable section. So the first thing that we are going to do, we are not going to jump straight into making it reusable. We're just going to create this section as it is first, okay? So let's just jump straight into code. So what we want to do here, we want to go to homepage, okay, app, homepage, as you can see. So what we want to do, okay, let's see, where is that container that has got a height of relative? It's not this one, of course. Height of auto, my apologies about that, it's this one. So I know this is the overall container, so I can continue here. So what I want here, I want a, let me just use a section, okay, tag, okay, not necessarily div. So as you can see, we've got a section. So let me just call this a section. Let's just go back to the code and see how it looks. Okay, go up a little bit. As you can see, guys, it's small here and it's a section. Okay, happy with this? Okay, so what I want to do, the first thing that I want this section to take a height of a full screen. Okay, let's just type here class name, age of screen. Okay, my apologies about that, age of screen. So let's just go back and see how it is now. Okay, so as you can see now, when we scroll, we can see that we've got this as a section. Okay, obviously it looks like to me this section, it's too big to contain only one thing. Let's go back to our code. Okay, remember this section will only contain this part, okay, these images. Okay, so it looks like to me, if it's going to be the entire height of the screen, it seems like it's going to be too big to only contain one thing. Okay, it might be a problem, even though initially I thought that way, but there might be a drawback. Okay, so for now, let's leave it like that. We are going to change it. Okay, we are going to change it. So what else do we want here? All the sections need to align with this content. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to go back here and see what makes that. As you can see, guys, my apologies, I need to delete this. Okay, so as you can see, guys, we've got this which is our class, okay, which is our reusable class. So as you can see, so if we now go back here based on that reusable class, suppose we've got this starting exactly here. Okay, so what are you noticing here? As you can see, guys, now we are starting to some sort of come up with a beautiful not only a beautiful design, but even the layout, it looks like it's intact, okay, like it's on point. We are winning, okay, as you can see, guys. Okay, the styling comes easy and we are not struggling that much. Okay, so meaning that preparations and planning, they are very important. So I'm happy with this. And then we need the height, okay, which is the padding of the height, as you can see somewhere here. So let's go here and add padding. Why do we have such a thing? Yes, and let's make it 20. Okay, let's make a padding Y of 20. Let's see how big it is. I'm happy with this. Okay, I'm happy with this. Let's go back here. Okay, this will be the space. Okay, cool. And then what we want to do, we want some H1. Okay, we want the H1. What's there? Let's see what's there. Browse by range for now. Okay, browse by range. Okay, and then I apologize about that. So let's go back here, guys, and check something. Go back here and check something. Okay, I wanted to see, is this size exactly the same as this one? As you can see, guys, it's not the same. So if we are high on reusability, consistency, and professionalism, we might as well create some sort of a reusable styling, okay, for headers. Okay, so this is called so how are we going to name our styles? Okay, let's say, can we classify it into H1, H2, and H3? Okay, let's say H hex, let's say. Okay, I just want to have a visual representation of these. Okay, apologies about that. So what we can do, we can have some sort of a list of our H1s, okay, which is our headers. Okay, header 1, header 2, header 3. Yes, so instead of having H, since HTML is also using some H, let's call these headers. Okay, we're going to have header 1, header 2, and header 3. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Header 1 is going to be the biggest, header 2, and header 3. So let's call this header 3. Okay, let's call this header 3. Okay, so we've got, maybe this is going to be header 1, and then there will be header 2, and then there will be header 3, but let's call this header 3. So now what we are going to do, we are going to create first of all, let's see how big is it going to be before we create a reusable style. Okay, now let's say font bold, obviously. Okay, font bold, obviously. And then text, let's say text 15 pixels. Let's take a look and see. Somewhat happy. Okay, maybe we can inspect here and then make changes here. Okay, I remember this. I think this was 45, this one. Okay, so where is the font size? Is 15. Let's make it um let's make it 25 and see. Okay, somewhat there. 35 is too much. Let's make it 30. Okay, I'm happy with this. Go back here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm happy with this 30, but maybe we can make not too big. Let's say 27. Apologies about that. I think I'm happy with 27. Okay, needs not to be that big. All right, and then we're going to have a p tag here. Okay, and a p tag here. Then let's just copy this as it is, Control C, and then let's paste it here. Okay, so let's go back and see how things look. I was supposed to have a p tag here, so as you can see, guys, I'm happy with this. Okay, so what we want, we need to center things. Okay, remember, we are smart. We've got our own class for centering things, so we're just going to type here center. Let's see what will happen. Okay, as you can see, everything has been centered and it has been arranged as a row. I don't really mind much about being arranged as a row because it's something that I can change. Okay, let's quickly do that. Highlight here and then create a div. This is not what I want. My apologies about that. And then inside this section, I want a div with small letter. Put these guys here. Okay, and then I want the class name here. First of all, it's going to be center. And then I'm just going to put a gap of, let's say a gap of 4. And then I'm going to reinforce, okay, by using this, meaning that important. I'm going to reinforce that the flex. In fact, there is no flex there. Okay, so if I don't really have to reinforce, I just have to type here flex column, and that is it. Apologies about that. Let's go back and see. So as you can see, now let's check, is this gap no, looks like this gap is too much. Okay, the gap is too much. All right, let's go back and see where is the gap. Where is the gap? The gap is 4. Is that the case? Yes. Okay, that means then we need 2. Let's go back and see. I'm happy with this gap. Okay, but obviously this is in the center. I don't really want this to be in the center. Apologies about that. So let's go back here. This is the center flex column. Okay, this is this one. I don't want this. I want the section. So I want the section, but the section has got nothing to do with center. Where is this one? Where do I want to be? Okay, we are centering things here. Okay, we are centering things here. What about this section? Okay, let's see. Okay, yes, also in this section we are centering things. Now I'm happy. And then I want to change the alignment. Okay, let me change the alignment to center. Let me change item start. Instead of center, let's change to item start. Let's see what will happen. We might change accordingly. As you can see, guys, now this was in the center. It was here. Now, since I've changed aligning the item, so now this starts from the top. Okay, I'm happy with this. And then what else do I want? I will have content here, which I don't really have to know much about. All right, it looks like to me, guys, we are done with the section component. What we need to do, we just need to make it reusable. So how are we going to make it reusable? It needs to accept a title and a description, and then it needs to push some children, and that will be it. So as you can see, guys, we are done with this. And then obviously going forward, this section is not going to have some sort of a height which is this big. So for now, I'm just leaving it like this into vertical height, which is 100% vertical height, because I want to see this. Okay, I am Matthew Msingathi, the designer and developer from South Africa. Thank you so much for making it up to this far. See you on the next one.